Hi guys, Lisa Ray Brooks here. Just wanted to stop in and do a quick flip through of my planner. Hope there's not too much glare on my glasses here. In fact, why don't I take them off? I've had several people ask me about my 2019 setup, so I did a quick flip through. I just wanted to quickly introduce the video and let you know I had originally filmed the video as a trial run. Wanted to test my setup since this was my first flip through video. However, after I finished, I decided, hey, why not use this footage? However, you will note there are a few mistakes in the video. For instance, I noticed for some reason I'm still holding a paper towel I had in my hand after washing my hands. Also, my hands could probably use some moisture. Didn't moisturize my hands. And there's a short segment where I'm showing you my top tabs where my planner uses the frame. So please forgive me for these slight snafus, but hopefully you will get a good indication of my 2019 setup. And if you have any questions, of course, leave them below in the comment. And if this is your kind of video, of course, hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, stay tuned. So here's a take a look at my Empowered Woman planner for 2019. And it's probably considered Franken-planned in planner community lingo, although I've set this system up according to the Stephen Covey Leadership Academy system I started way back in 1993. It's evolved over the years, but in essence what I do is I plan my week, then execute daily. I break my back tabs behind my calendar into roles, keeping information behind each role tab that will help me achieve my goals for that role in my life. So as you can see, I've taken the cover of the Empowered Woman planner and added a few stickers here and there. I love the squad goals. The squad goal 18-month calendar was my first happy planner, which I found last spring. I ended up adding some back tabs to it, or back calendar pages to it rather, because I needed to have a storage binder full with a complete year. At some point, if you're interested in that, I can do a flip through of my 2018 planner. In fact, I think I will, to help you planners who are new to creative and vertical blocks planning. If you had the challenges I had of making the switch from a lined sort of Franklin Covey daytimer type planner to the open box planner, seeing some of my early months may give you some inspiration. But to jazz this up a little bit, I love the quote, but I needed a little more pizzazz in the cover, so I add some stickers from the squad goals. And then I have my cover page, and I will admit to you, I didn't like the cover page at first. I then ended up buying the Joann's Mega sticker book, and the bubble stickers that I didn't like, for some reason, I thought with some of the gold on the page they would look good. So I added the gold. I added my Lady Boss Girl, which comes from the Agenda 52 stickers, and I was turned on to those stickers by one of my favorite YouTube planners, Lisa Mack at Planning and Praying. She's always finding really cute stickers. She calls them doll stickers. And until I saw her with all these cute girl and women stickers of all shades and doing all kinds of stuff, never occurred to me to go out and look for women stickers. And once I put her down, she made the page for me, added some Like a Boss stuff because I run multiple businesses. And then, as you will notice, it's off, but this is actually one of the divider tabs for the months in the Empowered Woman Planner. However, this works well with one of my other side businesses, and my goal in starting Mogul, was really to help women who are struggling in their busy lives, balancing work and family and the desire to have something more and a new career, get off and do something. So I wanted this as an inspiration page. So I actually used my paper cutter. I cut off the monthly tab and I stuck it in as just an inspiration page. You will note I only have 2019. I don't keep the 2019 and the following year because I have a planning tab, which I'll show you here. I have a planning top tab in which I keep monthly calendars. I can talk to you about that when I get to the sticker, so that I can advance plan. So anything I need in 2019, further down the road for 2020 as well, I will have pages behind there. But I cut that off. I took the notes page from the back of the watercolor extract, which I love the dividers, and had originally planned to Franken-plan those dividers with the Empowered Woman lined pages. However, I love those monthly dividers so much, I decided that I was going to keep them as perpetual dividers and not use that. But I took the notes page from one of the back pages, glued it down to my Empowered Woman, and this is my inspiration tab with just a sticky that came from my last Franklin Covey planner that had a quote I love that I'm going to type up in some fancy script at some point and stick in my planner that says, "To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift." And that is a reminder to me to do that. Start today. We always start today. Little pocket. I have been dying to put one of these pockets. I never have the right pocket for the right color, but the Joann's Mega Accessory Kit had this pocket in it. And once I did this inspiration page with the pink, a little bit of flowers, you can see how the color scheme works really well. This is actually a card from Erin Condren. You will note that I do an unboxing video, and I'll link it up above, of my first Erin Condren product ever, which is their Champagne on the Go folio with some empty notebooks and a few of her petite planners just to see what's in them. I'm a constant learner, and even though I have a goal setting system and a timekeeping system and a 90-day mapping system that works for me, I love to check out and try new things in case I can tweak my plan. But inside my welcome kit, there was this card, and I loved it. It was speaking to me. What you seek is seeking you. So that's why that's there. You will note that behind there is something that looks odd because this was my inspiration page from my Franklin Covey. I wanted to add it here, but it's been in this pocket so long that if I begin to take it out, you can see that the letters are like sticking to the plastic. So I'm going to type this up because this has been the way in which I live my life. Found this quote really and truly like over 2 decades ago. I originally typed this up and put this in my planner before my first child was born, and she turns 22 next month in February of 2019. So I've had this for a while, and what it says is, when you come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of 2 things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught to fly. That's what we're going to do here together. We're going to fly. And I'm stepping off onto the unknown, jumping onto YouTube. I've been a face-to-face counselor and planner for years, counselor and business coach for years, business strategist. I love getting face-to-face with people, and it's new for me to translate that from a face-to-face world into the virtual world of YouTube. But I love the platform. It's one of the first places I go when I want to learn something, and I finally said, what am I doing? Why aren't I on this journey as well, so that I can become not just a success strategist in person, but your virtual success strategist. And together we're going to do that. We're going to step off into the unknown and make it work. Just a little inspiration page. Them mapped out a vision board example here, and maybe at one point I'll talk to you about how to do a vision board that way. pocket folder, of course. And as you can see, my December month is from the Squad Goals calendar. I left it in here because the way I do my planning system is I usually have 3 months at a time. The prior month, in case I need to refer to notes or appointments that occurred the month before, the current month, and then the third month for me was writing some stuff on that. And I pull that out. Let me put that back in real quick. And then the next month, and as you can see, there's your actual February monthly tab. And you may be wondering, how on earth did I have two? Well, one of the things that I am used to in my system is that even though I have a 2-page month, and I had a 2-page month in my Franklin Covey, I had a back panel so that my weekly pages were separated from my months. So if I wanted to insert additional notes or ideas or goal sheets or the 90-month plan for that quarter behind my month, I could separate that out from my weekly pages as here. And then when I got back here, this is a monthly reflection from the Passion Planner, I had notes pages that would be the notes pages for January. For me, if this back page goes to February and I want to stick in shopping lists, notes from a Pat Flynn YouTube video that I thought were particularly poignant on 7 specific things to plan for in 2019. Great video, by the way. If you haven't watched it, I'll link that up above. I suggest that little shopping list, the things I want to jot down that I don't forget as they come to mind, a habit tracker I got from another one of my favorite YouTube planners, Plans by Rochelle. We can talk about that later. So then when we get here, everything that's behind this tab is for January. When I get to February, I want everything for February behind the tab. I don't want a dashboard here telling me what happened in February beforehand. Now, I understand why the system is that way when you're using it for memory planning, which is where Mombi 365 started. Then this gives you an overview about all the things you're going to see in your February tab, but it's just not the way I worked. And since I had played with that, the first few planners I bought using some other documents and losing pages, I actually, when planners went on sale this season for the new Planner Girl lines, I bought 2 Empowered Women planners knowing I needed that extra page to glue down here. So now I have 2 planners. So I take this page out of a different planner, which allows me not to lose a day in the future. Unfortunately, I still haven't figured out how to make this system work for me in my Passion Planner style, in which I'm using these boxes a lot. I've relabeled them. They're not to-dos anymore. On this side, I have what I call big rocks. There's a great video by Stephen Covey talking about how do you fit everything into your life. You got to put the big rocks in first. I'll try to find that video as well and link that up above or down below. And then I have my self-care, in which I track how many hours of sleep I got, if I've taken my meds and my supplements, if I've done my exercise, if I've gotten in my spiritual, my social, my mental self-care. And again, we talk about self-care. This is not a new concept, people. If you are a Franklin Covey follower, or really just a Covey, because these principles came from his great book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which I highly recommend. Still available on Amazon, one of the best-selling personal development books of all time. One of his 7 principles is called Sharpen the Saw. And in his Sharpen the Saw, I'm flipping back here because I keep a little card with his 7 habits. In his Sharpen the Saw, he talks about the aspects of your life that you need to feed on a constant basis to feel like a happy, healthy, well-balanced person. And so that included spiritual, social, emotional, mental, etc. So in my mind, self-care is just another way of saying sharpen the saw, and then I added in my health and wellness. Note, Chiefs game later today. football fan. In fact, you will notice I have my roles on a sticky here. Every year I reevaluate my roles and my goals for each of those roles. So that's how I set up my months. And then behind these tabs for planning, I've got a sticky note. My dashboard is double-sided sticky notes. Not original to me. I was watching a Plans by Rochelle video in which she created her sticky note dashboard from one of her plastic dashboards. I, however, like that the sticky note says sticky notes and it came, out of the store. All I did was put some clear plastic tape over the top so that doesn't shred, and took her idea in which she put Post-its on the front and the back to cover more, and I thought, oh, brilliant. Okay, so then I took my dashboard out and added some to the back, so now I have all the sticky notes I could possibly need. Just stick them on. Those fell off. Just holiday calendar from the front of the Passion Planner. So here's my advanced planning. Again, concept I took over from my Franklin Covey planner, in which they give you one-page monthlies for the year following the year of the planner. And they give you 2 years, the year after and the year after that. What I do, since I only carry 3 months at a time, is behind this plan tab, I have a monthly calendar sheet for the future months. When anything comes up, I write them on here. That way I don't have to worry about whether I'm messing up the monthly pages for my calendar if things change. As the year progresses, so I'm only got April in my advanced planning. By the time I get to June, what I will do is I will print out pages for 2020 and I will add those pages behind. And so I generally have somewhere between 9 to 12 months of advanced planning pages here. Generally, once I get to 2020, because I'm a little OCD, I hate to have a partial year. So when I get to 2020, I like to add the full year in, but I usually wait until June only because, as you can see, I've got kind of a chunky monkey here. And in part because once I get past all my planning and calendar pages, so this half of my pages has calendars, planners, notes, daily to-dos, tasks, self-care checklists, habit trackers, etc. Then I divide my planner into my roles and goals. There's a personal section and a business section. Behind my personal section, there's various notes. There's worksheet I use to block my time. Again, nothing new. I happen to have used for this particular one the calendar in the heart breathings. It's a little different than the one that I used in Franklin Covey, but it saved me time from having to recreate it. But it's a block planning concept I picked up when my children went to elementary school, right? Their time is block time. And one of my favorite professional organizers, Julie Morgenstern, had written a book called Organizing from the Inside Out. And in it, she talked to you about mapping out where all your time went and making sure you were using it productively. And I've done it ever since. The format I change it in changes, but I wanted to try hers out. Love this. Just the one I had done in an Excel spreadsheet does half-hour increments because I needed to be that detailed. And at some point, I will probably redo this using my format with the half-hour increments. But there's that. Then I have finances. I don't have a lot of detailed finances because I carry this with me everywhere. But checklists for bill pay, a savings goal sheet I did at one of my planner meetups. And then I thought it was so pretty, I didn't want to use it. So again, we'll do something with that. Focus and goals, behind which I keep my goal sheets. Some of them are half sheets. Every time I think of an idea labeled for personal, business, happy planner, going mobile, my author business, I put it in there. So you have lots of goal checklists, faith and purpose. Keep lists to do things like podcasts I listen to that I love. Note one of my favorites there, Ask Big by Joel Osteen, is part of my motive for this year. Scripture writing plan I found in October, which I started when I tried to figure out how to use the horizontal versus the vertical. And And interesting, by default, I ended up breaking my horizontal into kind of a vertical box, but I use it crosswise. And I like the system. This is still in here because I want to finish this purpose by day. And so I'm still going to do it on here since there's one for every day of the month. And rather than worrying about it being actually October, I'm going to use this to say that this was day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. And then another one, and I will put the website. I got these from sweetblessings.com. There's another one on comparison and envy that she did for November that I had planned to do for November. Wellness. And for me, I don't do the big journaling of tracking everything I eat and things like that. So this wellness for me is not necessarily health related. My steps, my sleep, my meds, my supplements, they go behind the monthly tab. But behind this, because I do a lot of personal development reading, I want to do more menu planning so that we eat at home more this year. So lists for foods we like to eat that I haven't made in a while go behind there. Self-care lists, things that I used to enjoy that I didn't do. For instance, I used to be fluent in French and Spanish. I want to go back to that. Someone turned me on to the Babbel app. So my goal this year is to start relearning Spanish. When I became an adult, I bought myself a piano with my first lawyer bonus check. Started learning to play the piano, abandoned it, never got really good beyond simple tunes, but as something I could do to relax, play the piano is one of them. Places to go when I see things online. Areas of focus for 2008. Oops, I put 18. See, meant 2019 because I wrote this on the New Year's Eve. There are my areas of focus. Betty Ray's Ice Cream in Parkville. Then the business tab. Again, some information. I went through a blogging academy thing, so I put my key information here behind the influencer tab. So that's where I put my social media information. I've got some sheets in here, like a special day of the year sheet. I used to track them on a piece of paper. Then I found the website of Jamie Marie, who gave me a document, so I mapped them in there. Blog content planning. In my blog academy, they gave me a list. I simply created a chart that matched sort of black, and I printed the Jamie Marie chart in black because, as you can see, I print Passion Planner pages through the end of 2018, and I wanted it to match. So then I've got a blog planning content, hashtag watch list. When I come across hashtags online, here's a list of the ones I made up that I track for myself. Here's plannery related ones that I follow. And I thought these are things I do, so I can incorporate those in my Instagram post or my Twitter post when I want to. Author related hashtags. So I basically print out a hashtag for each of these. Only recently I realized there were education one. So I've added Teachers of Instagram, which is really on the wrong list. But these are my 2018 lists. I'll print new ones and do those. And these are simple lists I created. They're just charts in Word. Made it black so that it looks like it matches my Passion Planner pages. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'd certainly be happy to put that out as a free printable to anybody who wanted to have those. Then I have Author, another role, Pink Mogul for my skincare business, and then Educator, which is behind which tabs I put lots of information. So that's basically how yes. And then in the back, yet another pocket to put some stuff. So that's basically how I set up my planner. This was just an overview so you can see my structure. I don't do the Transformer planner in here because having the extra covers that would cover up my tabs. I like being able to see all my tabs the minute I open my planner. I do, however, incorporate top tabs, right? So this is the current week. This is the notes for the month I'm in. These are my planning calendars and sticky notes. Behind there, I have a check it off tab that I can open and also use to do boxes. But that's where all of my checklists and future possible to-dos go. I have a divider from the Faith Warrior accessory pack that I put faith on. And then behind doing. So I've got planning and I've got doing. That's where I have the business tabs that deal with social media, writing, direct sales, and teaching. And of course, a little pink tab goes with the little pink mogul and me. So that's my setup for 2019. Looking forward to working with you and digging deeper down into why I structure certain things I structure this way. Hopefully some of the productivity tips that have served me over the last couple of decades are things that I can help you incorporate into your life. And by no means is what I first started doing when I found the Covey Leadership method of planning the same after 20 years. Believe me, I've tweaked it. The last 10 years, I've tried to go all electronic. Didn't work for me. I have this planner system. You will note that when I talk about my planner lineup, which I'll do in a different video, I don't have a mini. I don't have something separate. I actually carry this with me everywhere I go. My backup is electronic, so that would be my Samsung phone. Used to have a Note, and then the whole, battery explosion. So my goal for 2019 is to get the new Note 9 and go back to my Note. But I use tools like Evernote. So for instance, I'll write items so I can remember on the shopping list here. My daughter will list items so I can remember to buy them for her on the refrigerator at home. But I have a shopping list, a perpetual shopping list by checklist, which I'll share with you, that then I add all my shopping items in. So when I'm in the store, I pull up my Evernote shopping list and voila, there we have it. So I will talk to you about how this is my main planner. This is my backup planner. So I don't do the two planner things, but I do use notebooks for journaling, and that is why I bought the Erin Condren Petite Folio. I'll let you see me unbox it. I haven't completely set it up for my journaling in 2019. That is a goal, but that is my goal for the end of the year. All right, so there you have it, my 2019 planner setup: empowered woman, faith warrior, and a social media planner, but I'll talk about separately, and my backup planner. So thanks for stopping by. If you have, let me know your setup for 2019. How are you doing it? Did you go with the Transformer planner? Do you incorporate roles and goals and separate tabs, separate from your calendar and your planner? I'll be curious to know what's working for you. I love getting tips and tricks from other planner, dashboards just for inspiration. I never would have gotten that had I not seen someone do similar dashboards or print off dashboards from pictures online. So go ahead, leave me a comment down below, talk to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.